Hey everyone, this is Judi with JLBCrafts. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thank you so much for giving me a try. Today I'm going to be planning in my dashboard social media planner for the week of January 18th through the 24th. And my theme for this week is celebration of life. So that's a holiday. I love looking at holidays for inspiration and challenges. And one of the challenges and holidays is Celebration of Life Day, which is the 22nd. So let's get going. This holiday actually reminds me, when I was reading about it, of a holiday that's popular in Japan. They celebrate their kids. They have Kids Day, Boys Day, and Girls Day. And that's kind of like I was reading like Mother's Day and Father's Day. This is more of Kids Day. It came out of different gratitude things. So anyway, I'm going to use this piece of scrapbook paper, which is actually kind of similar. It's from the same paper pad that last week's came out of, and I adore this page. This page is part of what made me buy this scrapbook paper pad, which is from this year, from Michaels. I absolutely adore it. I knew I was going to use it maybe for to laminate as a cover. So I have one more piece, which is another reason why I like using it in my dashboard planner, because I can do two different things with it. And I'm going to go ahead and just use the green dashboard pages again. These came from the Walmart dashboard planner from 2021. And I'm going to write on this in, I'm going to stick with browns and greens. And I don't know if you can see on camera, but there's a little bit of pearlized green kind of sparkle on the trees, on the snow. So let's get going. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the sticker guides. Can you see the lines on there? I have these. I don't like them for sticker guides because it's really hard to get the stickers off, but they're great for deciding where to cut your pages. So I think I want to cut just this side of the tree because you can see through and you can see. So this thing I'm struggling with on this one is the scene is so big. I don't want to cover up a ton of it, but I've got to get a couple of big boxes on here. So I'm going to do something I've never done before. This is part of a piece of full sheet white sticker paper. And I think I want to do borderless boxes on this one. I'm going to cut a couple boxes out, and I can squeeze my lines up and make them a little smaller. And I'll just have to write a little smaller. No big deal. I've got super fine 0.38 colored frictions that I can use. I actually got these in Japan, but I know you can get them on Amazon. They're 0.38. So they're super fine. They're not my favorite because to me, they come off as a little bit scratchy on the page, but that's okay. I definitely can make them work for me. So I've got my guide laying on here. I think you might be able to slightly see it. And I'm kind of using it to help me decide where I want to cut, roughly, because I want to keep as much of the deer as possible. So I'm just going to cut off a little bit of the ground. And then I want to cut close to the mama deer's tail, but I don't want to I don't want it to get punched. So if I cut it about there, it's going to come close to the punch, but not actually get punched. Save your scraps. That's gorgeous. That would make an amazing dashboard / bookmark if I were to laminate it. So I'll go ahead and punch it real quick. I'll show you how I'm going to Frankenplan this in later. Next thing is a January. So I have my favorites that I always might go to, the Krissyanne Designs book. And it's got a green January left, and it's small. I want to keep as small as I can on this to save as much room as I can. And it's a really dark green. I don't know if that's showing up on camera, but that's just what I want. I'm done with the guide. Although I can use that to help me size my boxes. my sticker boxes before I put my paper trimmer away. So I thought I could do one maybe here, and then one kind of overlapping it here, and then I can put my, maybe I can put my habit trackers, I don't know yet. So let me grab a pencil or an erasable pen to mark how big I want these to be. I want them to be close to their normal size, but I think I'm just gonna make them the width of the paper because it's just maybe 1/4 of an inch short on either side. Okay, so those are my 2 boxes. So now I can play with placement. It is covering up a lot of the trees, but that's okay. If I do that, I have to be careful which one gets layered on top so that I don't cover up bullet points. That's kind of pretty. I'm probably going to end up having to do something like that. So I need to find habit trackers. So the only habit trackers I could find that even remotely work with this color scheme or have brown or green is these from the Wellness Planning. But they say weekly challenge, but I'm thinking I could cut that off, use a little box or a scrap of sticker paper or something to cover up the word challenge so that I can write in what my particular habit is for that. So I think I'm going to grab my little wax paper and go ahead and grab 3 that I like, and then we'll work our magic on them. So I like this brown one. Yes. And I think a green one. And then I'm kind of liking this one, this grayish brown. I think that kind of looks nice with the deer as well. Okay. So that pretty much was all I wanted that book for. I pulled a lot of books that had different browns and greens, so I've got the farmhouse books, thinking I could use maybe like a couple of these as my to-dos, or the old farmhouse. This one actually I was thinking I could grab, well, I have these. It has these, like top priority and today's focus. Those match really nicely, actually. Both colors do. And it's also got boxes I can use, here we go, for my stat boxes. So let's go ahead and put some stat boxes in. I just want to make sure that everything matches color wise, because this is a minty green and this is more of an olivey green, and then this is a bright like emerald green. So if I pick, do I really want to add more mint? And it's all in the page, so I guess it would be okay. So let's go ahead. I'm thinking all 3 of these. So let's go ahead and, oh, I must have pulled that one off and put it back on because it's not wanting to come off of there very well. So when I line these up, I line up based on where Wednesday is because Wednesday sticks out the furthest. And I can't tell you how long it took me to get used to doing that and having to move. Same thing with Thursday and Saturday. Don't line up on Tuesday. I like those. Those colors look nice together. I'm gonna have to write small for those too, so this is gonna be my week for writing writing small. Okay, I need to pick out a couple of banners for the tops of these, and again I think I want to keep with something relatively small to leave myself the maximum amount of room, so I don't think I want to use that. also, yes, I was gonna say, I think there are coffee cups in this book. Might as well grab a coffee cup while I'm in here. Put that on there. Even though I don't really use that for Instagram stories anymore, I use it for YouTube posts. So we'll grab that while I'm thinking about it. See if I can get this one straight. I never get this straight on the first try. You guys who watch me every week, you know I never get this straight on the first try. And I think it's because the font's kind of slanty. Here we go. Okay, loving it so far. I need to decide, do I want to use these or these? I think these are narrower, but these are thinner. So I think I want to stick with the thin ones. So let's do, there's lots and lots of green. So I think I want to do not green. And I think I might as well go ahead and make them match. So we'll use Top Priority and Today's Focus. All right, and then while I'm in this book, I just want to look maybe for something to use as a weekend banner. I don't remember if it has anything like that in here or not. Those are super close together, but I don't like either of those colors. Nope, no weekend banners. Okay. I have the Botanicals book, and it's got this nice page of weekend-like banners. And I like this one, even though it's black, there is a little bit of black in the nose and the hooves. And it says, "Life is so lovely." And since this is a celebration of life spread, I think I want to go ahead, even though it's not really a pitch black, it's more of like a charcoal black. So I'm going to go ahead and use it. I like the sentiment too much not to for this particular spread. And I'm going to go ahead and put it at the bottom. Life is so lovely. Okay. Love that. Pretty. I think also I'm going to, I was just looking to see if any of these would work up here, but I like the ones I've got. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just grab some brown pens and draw in my bullet points to bring more brown into the spread. I haven't drawn my bullet points in a while. I usually, there we go. This is just a brown tool pen. I usually use my super fine tweezers and stick bullet points on, but I think today I want to just go ahead and draw bullet points on. So I'm going to do that. So this is the normal stencil. This is for a classic. You can use it for this. You just have to slide it a little bit to get them to line up. And then while I'm at it, I might as well go ahead and do these two. I think I want to go ahead and put these kind of up near the top so I leave myself enough space for them. Okay, that was harder than it looked with the little tiny pieces of paper not attached to anything. They kept sliding around on me, so some of my lines aren't as straight as they could be, but that's okay. All right, so I need to figure out where I'm gonna stick these, and I think they're just gonna have to take up a bit of the scene like that. So let's go ahead and stick these on. And like I said before, I would definitely want to overlap so that I'm not covering up my checkbox bullet points. And then I still need to figure out where I'm going to squeeze on my habit trackers. Okay, I've never done borderless boxes before. I mean, I've drawn lines right on the page, but I've not done borderless before. So here are my 3 trackers. I'm definitely going to cut them off. I'm thinking what I can do is use a couple of the boxes out of this Modern Farmhouse book to write in what I want to use these for. They're super tiny. So, oh yeah, look at that. Well, that helps. That makes them even tinier because I can just chop them off then. This may be the first spread in a while where I don't really have a quote. So I'm going to go ahead and cut those off. That's great, and that takes up a lot less space on my page too, so I cover up less of the scene. So I just realized at some point I stopped recording, but it doesn't look like you missed a whole lot. I just took those habit trackers and stuck them on the page, kind of stacked, so they took up a minimal amount of space, and I'll write in, this is just for me to check certain comments and answer, respond to your questions. So, but I also noticed though that Happy Planner changed things on us again. These start on Sunday and go through Saturday, whereas most of them start on Monday and go through Sunday. So that is so minuscule, I'm just going to ignore it. Most of them don't even have a little letter, so no big deal. Okay, so this is pretty much done now. I ended up with about 9 lines here, which I think the normal box is 2, 4, 6, 8, have 10. So I think I can make that work. I could have squished them a little closer together like these, but I just didn't feel like messing with it. So it's not the last week in the month, which is where I have extra stuff because I have monthly stuff to get ready for the next month. So no big deal. Okay, so how are we going to stick this in my planner? This page just goes in like normal because I'm not sure what I'm going to do exactly yet on that one, if I'm going to use the green or do more scrapbook paper or what, I don't know. So, but this side now I need to turn as one page with this current week's spread. So I'm just going to go ahead and use tape runner all the way around. This is the back of a piece of contact paper that I used. Nothing sticks to that sucker, so I'm just going to grab my tape runner and go all the way around. And the nice thing about this is if I had bleed through on here, this would completely take care of it. So keep this in your memory bank. If you ever have an issue with bleed through, this is a great way to, don't stress, don't panic. If you have bleed through, there are lots of different ways to deal with it, and people will never even know it happened. So, and this is one of them. This is one of my favorites. So I'm just going to stick this on now, trying to line up the best here around the punches because that's where it makes the most difference, right? And just flop that down, press, and there we go. I do this every week in at least one of my planners, and it's never been an issue. You do end up with a little bit of a chunky planner by the end of the year, but lots of people like chunky planners. So there we go. That is my spread for next week. The 22nd, Celebration of Life Day. Got a little mama and her baby deer. I love it. Love, love, love it. So I hope you like this video. I hope it inspires you to try something new in your planner. If it does, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you.